Ladies and gentlemen, after a 9-month wait, we have finally made it. It is officially football season. It's game day. Today at 3:30, we play the Alabama Crimson Tide. And before I begin, as is tradition on Saturday mornings, cheers. Pour my café con leche in my mug. There we go. Now we can begin. All right. Let's hit that intro. All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning. Happy game day. Happy new season. For those who do know me, you know this week, Labor Day weekend, usually is, when college football season gets underway. There's huge games pretty much Thursday through Monday, and this is like Christmas for me. So I couldn't be happier right now. Let's see what we got going on in the comments. Manny, what's going on, man? Go Canes. Andy, welcome. Saying the first rule of Degenerate Nation, hit that like button. Yes, please hit the like button. And also, good point, hit the subscribe button. Help me get to that 1,000. Saying, don't know what Cafecito is, but I need one. Yes, you do need one. You need that in your life. Whoever maybe doesn't live in Miami, who's listening to this right now or has never been, who has not had the pleasure of enjoying some Cuban coffee, that's basically what a cafecito is. Today, I'm having a café con leche, which is basically Cuban espresso with about 10 pounds of sugar in it, added to hot milk, and it's delicious. How I'm not 300 pounds, I have no idea. Cheers. Anyways, let's see. And this beer is chilling in the fridge already for me while John drinks his cafecito. Enjoy that. Saturday morning football, a morning beer is acceptable. Nothing wrong with that. Supreme Goon, what's going on? Cane Life. Ooh, love this prediction. Man, Lenore, you think we're going to put 52 on Bama? We're going to talk to our guests here in a little bit. We are going to have David Franklin joining us in a few minutes, and we're going to have a little bit after him, Stevo from Canes Breakdown will be dropping by to give us their thoughts on the game. I will tell you this, Lenoris, and again, we'll get into it with the guests. If we're going to win this game, it has to be Rhett Lashley jumping on that defense early and have them stumbling back, and you just, basically have them on roller skates the rest of the game. And if we can do that and build a big enough lead where, they start coming back and it's too little too late, I think if we're going to upset Bama today, it's going to be like that. So actually, that's not totally out of the realm of possibility. However, Alabama's returning a lot of starters on defense. Spread Bama, go 5 wide. I agree. So, and besides the Canes at 3:30, there's going to be a lot of good games. After our game, you got Clemson, Georgia. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. You can let me know in the comments. I got Clemson winning that game. I was watching ESPN last night, and a lot of people are kind of leaning Georgia, it seems like. And they just, after Trevor Lawrence left Clemson, I guess they don't have a ton of faith in Uiagalelei, the new quarterback of Clemson. But let me tell you, that guy, I don't know if he's going to be as good as Trevor Lawrence because that guy's a generational talent, but Clemson's going to be right there again. I've got them going to the playoff, and I had Alabama representing the SEC in the playoff in the Final Four later this year, but I've since changed my mind on that. I think Georgia will ultimately have a better season than Bama. However, I have Clemson winning today. I don't know about you guys. Cafecito in hand and ready to go. He knows what's up. Oh, speaking of, Henry, I see your little default picture there of the turnover chain. I wonder what the turnover chain is going to be because, first of all, it better come out today. If we want any chance of winning this game, you got to force a couple of turnovers. So I think it's going to come out today. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what it's going to be this year. I think Clemson wins, better defense in my opinion, better QB, and they get Ross back. Yeah. And another thing people aren't taking into account, Georgia lost Tyreek Stevenson because he came over here. So I don't know how strong they're going to be in the defensive backfield, if Uagalli gets in a rhythm, he could shred that Georgia defense. I'm telling you. Georgia's good, but I mean, I just think Clemson's that nasty. Andy, love it. 37-31 Miami. Get Regno. See, this is why I love that the season's starting, because now we have actual games to talk about. For the last 8 months, it's been recruiting, what just happened in the season that ended, coaching hires and stuff like that. And I love talking about that stuff. But now teams are putting on the pads and actually going out there and playing, and I love it. There was a pretty big game last night. I'm sure most of, if not all, the chat saw it. Virginia Tech and North Carolina. North Carolina, I mean, on the scoreboard, it was a pretty close game, but if you watch the game, you'd know it was not that close of a game. North Carolina got their asses kicked, especially in the first half. It was a little surprising, but then again, not that surprising, because on Sunday Show with Flo last Sunday, I said UNC is going to thrash Virginia Tech. I don't care if it's in Blacksburg. They're going to win. I think it was 42-17 was my prediction. I just thought Sam Howell was going to go off. However, I didn't realize two things. I didn't realize that Virginia Tech, their corners are excellent. They have a great secondary. Great pass rush, as they've had in years past with great Virginia Tech teams. And I didn't take into account another thing. UNC lost 2 NFL receivers, 2 NFL running backs, and 3 starters, I believe. 3 starters on the O-line. So, yeah, you have Sam Howell, who's probably going to be a top 5 pick in the draft. But a totally different offense. Inexperienced. I think they had a true freshman at running back starting, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I'm feeling I was feeling confident that we'd at least win a close game when we go up to play them. But I don't know. I'm feeling different about that game. We could go in there and kick their ass, but we'll see. Still got to come prepared. Let's see, main event, sub John, sub degenerates. Yeah, look, I'm fired up, man. I'm so happy the season's finally here. Supreme Goon, I said it. Might be hurricane warning flags. I hope Sebastian with the pipe in honor of Schnellenberger. I think it's going to be something in honor of Schnellenberger. Something with the pipe, or, Sebastian with the pipe, like you said. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be the hurricane warning flag. I think it will be that, or maybe the old school, the old English M that the baseball players wear on their caps. I'd be cool with that too. Good morning, Canes fan. Canes win 39-31. I like it. Baby Blues offense looked terrible. Yeah, I mean, again, it looked like Virginia Tech. You could tell they were preparing all season for this opener, because they just had a perfect game plan to stop Sam Howell. Because they made him look like a true freshman. I mean, and that just shows how good his skill position talent was around him. I mean, look at the guys that North Carolina just sent to the NFL. It reminds me of what was his name? Brandon Tate, and there was I'm forgetting their names right now. When Butch Davis was at UNC, 08, 09, they had 2 stud wide receivers that went in the draft and had pretty decent NFL careers. That offense from North Carolina last year was probably even better than that. Now I've got to watch out for VT. Yeah. Listen, I think we go up to Chapel Hill and beat UNC. I thought that before, and I really think that now. But yeah, Virginia Tech, I think, is going to be more of a challenge than I thought. I was really putting them down the other day, but they're pretty solid, and I like their quarterback. If I'm not mistaken, I think he played in the 2018 game when we went up there. Jeff Thomas had that crazy punt return for a touchdown. Shaq Quarterman had that interception that he almost took to the house. It was that game. I want to say that QB was like a true freshman that year and played in that game. And I remember he looked good that game. So, yeah, VT, it's going to be like that old rivalry we had with them. Good thing is they're coming here, and I've already said that I think we're going undefeated at home. not changing that, but that's going to be a closer game than I thought. Game day. What's up, David? What's going on? E-Dub. Morning, John, and the rest of the Canes fam. See what else. Yeah, Vegas got it wrong. Let us hope they get into a losing streak. Long shots and underdogs rule. Go Canes. Yeah, Vegas is right more often than not. They're pretty good and they know what they're doing. But they've been wrong before. They got us as a 19.5-point underdog today. I don't know. I think they're definitely underestimating us. No fear they'll need to leave it on the field for 61 minutes. One more minute just in case. Doesn't FAU play UF today? They do indeed. I said that FAU was going to upset UF on our Sunday show. I know that's a long shot. I realize that they're going to the Swamp. That's going to be a tall order. However, I can totally see N'Kosi Perry and that offense putting up some points on that UF defense because many times the Gators open, they usually open the season at home. It's usually a softer opponent. And I've seen in recent years them get off to sluggish starts. It's not like the Gators of the 90s that, they're up by 50 by half. They're playing a horrible team, but they're up by 50 at the half, and Spurrier still has the quarterbacks airing it out against whoever they're playing. It's not that team anymore. So we'll see. I could see N'Kosi lighting up that defense a little bit. We'll see what happens. I think we beat both UNC and VTech. I think so too. I'm standing firm with my prediction. 10 wins. 10 wins, win the Coastal. We get to Clemson, have a good game, but I don't think we beat them, and then we win the Orange Bowl. That's my prediction for the season. N'Kosi's going to ball. I don't know what their skill position situation is, though, at FAU, so we'll see. But waiting on our guest here that should be coming in a couple minutes, but I think it's a trap. I think the trap game for us is NC State. NC State or Virginia, because Virginia is a Thursday night game. However, because we are playing them on a short week, but the Saturday before we're playing Central Connecticut. So we should be able to rest our starters by the third quarter of the Central Connecticut game. So that should not be a big deal. Even if we are looking ahead, we could look ahead to Virginia playing CCSU and still beat them by 50. That shouldn't be a problem. Do you believe we win today? I have been growing more and more confident. You know what, Nick? I've been growing more and more confident also. I'm growing more and more confident that this is going to be a dogfight and a competitive game. Even though everyone has us losing by 3 touchdowns, and to the point that, and this is why, the Miami hate that everyone thinks, oh, it's all in our heads. It's not all in our heads. Every time an analyst on ESPN, which is one of the 1,000 reasons I don't watch ESPN, every time they ask one of these morons, Paul Feinbaum, or whoever, they ask them, oh, they're going through the games. What do you think of Miami today? Instead of giving their prediction, they laugh, they chuckle. Oh, Miami. Like, shut up. Can't name 3 players on the team probably. Yeah, it's just blatant disrespect. And which is why, even more so, if we shock the world today, the first thing I'm doing is turning on ESPN and waiting to see what the hell they say, how they justify all the crap they talked about us for weeks. NC State's going to be tough. They are. And look, there's going to be a few tough games on the schedule that might be closer than we want. NC State's one of them. Pitt, Virginia. I was saying Virginia earlier, but honestly, I see us beating Virginia by 14, 17 points at least. I said the same about Virginia Tech before, but I think that'll be a close game. I think we beat UNC by 7, 10 points. But I think we have a solid performance against them. Good game plan on defense. We got Bob Shoop behind the scenes. I think we'll be all right against UNC. NC State could be a close game. A lot of people like Georgia Tech, but it's here. I think we beat them by a couple scores. Duke we blow out. Let's see. I think we blow out UNC if our D-line produces. Listen, UNC lost a lot of guys, but they do have Mac Brown, and they're going to have a good game plan against us. That's why I don't think we blow them out necessarily, but we'll win. At least we have NC State at home. Agreed. No, I think we beat NC State, but maybe by like 10 or something. I don't think it goes down to the wire like that Friday night game last year. God, I hate Paul Feinbaum. Everyone does. Who besides Bama fans, who likes that guy? Our first guest has arrived. David, what's going on?
What's up, man?
It's game day. See, I don't know game day David yet. I just know recruiting analyst David.
It's a whole different animal, my man. I'm a different beast today, son. What's up?
Not much, man. Just talking about the schedule, talking about the UNC game last night, just chopping it up a little bit. What'd you think of the game last night? I'm sure you saw it.
Which one? The UCF?
UNC Virginia Tech.
Oh, UNC. Oh, yeah. Man, I was shocked. I got a real good friend who's a Hokie fan. So I was a little disappointed because I had really just been on him. He was like, man, we're going to win. I was like, no, you're not. And then that. So I kind of mixed feelings. You know what I'm saying? I kind of hope they would kill each other, to be honest. But somebody's got to win. Somebody got to lose. I was surprised at Sam Howell, though, how he looked. I was really shocked with that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought him losing that NFL talent around him would affect him, but not too much. I thought, a great quarterback is a great quarterback, but man, that plus their VTech's corners played amazing. So I didn't expect that either.
Yeah, I think I was more surprised with how good the Hokies looked as opposed to how bad, some of Carolina's guys looked. I was really surprised. And how they look solid to me, man. They're going to be something, unless that was just a fluke. I hope it was.
Yeah, no, they look solid. Their quarterback looks good. Yeah, VTech's going to be more of a challenge than I thought.
Yeah, for sure. Fuente got a little something cooking. It's taking him about 6 years, but he's finally looks like he's kind of putting it together. So I don't know. We'll see. They look good.
He needed a quarterback is what he needed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He needed a quarterback.
They look good.
Yeah. More important things to take care of today, obviously. We got the defending national champs. And I don't know if you've caught Feinbaum and all these guys on ESPN. It's like they're going through their predictions. And it's like they think the Miami hate that it's all in our heads. It's like, no, they get to the Miami game, they start laughing. It's like,
yeah,
it's like blatant disrespect. They lean into it hard. But listen, I woke up today feeling pretty confident that at the very least, this is going to be a very competitive game. I don't know. Do you see this being more of a low-scoring game, or do you think Rhett Lashley puts pedal to the metal first possession?
Man, personally, I think we got to score. Well, to me, there's been a lot of talk. Our linebackers, you got to stop the run and blah blah. And I get that, but at the end of the day, I think we got to score. I say you make it a shootout. And you got to score every time you've got the ball. I think we got to have some turnovers. We've got to have some special teams. We got to have some X factors. And we need touchdowns. We don't need field goals. Don't get me wrong. 3 points is 3 points, but we got to score. And to me, I think we got to get up in the 40s to beat them and just don't worry about the run game. Let them do what they do. But I think Manny is going to, as aggressive as he is, we're probably going to give up some plays. That's typical Manny D, but yeah. It's offense to me, man. We've got to score points today. We don't want to do the run the clock and play the run and all that. To me, we got to score. We got to score it. Get up in the 40s.
I agree. And the defense, I don't see them stopping, just getting consistent 3 and outs. Obviously, we'll see that later in the season. But in this game, I think the key is just limiting big plays. Obviously, limit the explosive plays and jar the ball loose a couple times, get an interception, get pressure on the young QB. Do you think our D-line will be able to generate that pressure, or we're going to have to lean on those exotic blitz packages that they probably got up their sleeve?
Personally, probably the blitz packages, I say. But then if what I'm hearing is true, and I'm sure you've heard the same thing, the Bama offensive line is not quite where they normally are. They've got some issues there. So we'll see. I think we'll know early on what's going to happen. But to be honest with you, I think Manny is probably relying on those blitz packages. I think he's going to dial some things up. I think Bob Shoop is going to be a big factor behind the scenes. I think we're going to see some things today. We're going to go, what is that? But it's going to be use that quarterback, and man, he's good at that. So I think it'll be the blitz packages, to be honest.
I think so too. I think we're going to see some exotic stuff that we haven't seen since like that 2017 team. Quick question, Nesta Silvera, because I've been hearing different things about how healthy he is and stuff like that. How much of a factor do you think he could be in this game? Because he's battling an injury the whole all camp.
I hope I hope he's a huge factor, because I think he needs to be. We need. We've got, a couple of suspensions working and things like that, but we need every single resource that we can. I'll be honest with you, they've been kind of quiet on that, the injury thing and all that, and they should be, but hopefully he can get in there and do what he does, because we're going to need all hands on deck, and especially on that D line, because you asked if that was going to be a factor or the blitz packages, but we're going to have those guys. I want to get in a shootout and not worry about the run, but at the end of the day, we all remember what happened the last time we weren't worried about the run, and we gave up 600 yards. So we're going to have to plug those holes some way, and I hope Nesta's the go, man. I really do.
I hope so too. I'm expecting big things from him. Jared Harrison Hunt, John Ford, even. We saw a big improvement from him in the spring. I think Jess Simpson being around is going to help all the D tackles. I am a little concerned, a little bit, about the DN position, because we're not super deep. But, a lot of people freaked out when they saw Zach McLeod's name in bold starting. But we all kind of knew, like, the guy's been making plays. He's a veteran. It's like, yeah, he's at least going to split. It's going to be 50-50 with him and the guy behind him. Like, are you good with McLeod starting, or are you kind of like, man, I wish Chance or one of these guys would have stepped up a little more?
Man, I'm good with it, because, I mean, to be honest, if Jess Simpson's good with it, I'm good with it. And it shouldn't be a surprise. It was funny to me when the depth chart came out, people were so upset. Dude, they've been telling us this. They told us this from the get-go, that he was looking good. He looked better than he has, blah, blah, whatever. But that's what they said, and that's exactly what they've done. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Dude, I don't care what number it is. As long as the guy's out there and he's putting in work and he's doing this thing and he's helping out, I'm good with it. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. We got our second guest joining us. This guy right here, Stevo. What's going on? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. How you guys doing?
It's game day, man. I couldn't be
Yes,
happier.
sir.
Bro. What's up?
I'm good, man. My little puppy just came and woke me up. He was licking me in my face. He was like, yo, you got to be on John's show at 10:45, bro. Trying to wake your partying up. I was like, oh, yeah, let's go.
I was just telling David, like, I've never seen the game day version of any of you guys, so this is pretty cool.
I can get like borderline psychotic on game day.
Oh yeah.
I can get
psychotic, man.
Yeah.
What is it? It's not even 11 o'clock yet.
I can get borderline. I used to have to take not anxiety, like I would have to take some type of anxiety pill sometimes when I was younger on game day, because I would just be too hyped. Like, I couldn't sleep the day before. Like, I was always ready. So, like, game day, dog, it gets my blood pumping like nothing else.
Yes, sir. I'm cranked, bro.
Yeah. So we were just talking about how in this game, I feel like, and I kind of agree, I think the Rhett Lashley's offense is going to be so key. If we're going to pull off this win, we got to score, and we got to score like every chance we get. Do you see it being more of a shootout, Steve, or can you see this being like a low-scoring defensive game?
I could see it being a shootout, because they're going to come out here and they're going to play man, and they're going to think they can lock our receivers up. I'm going to tell you right now, no, that's not going to happen, because it's just not. Our receivers are talented. And then two, Rhett Lashley, when you go through the film, bro, he wrecks man coverage. He's going to give one player a 25% chance of covering somebody because of the way he's running his concepts. He's going to get your receiver a free release, so you're not worrying about them jamming. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for checking it out. So you're going to get free releases off the line of scrimmage. You're not going to get jammed. So everything that Bama does well, we're going to turn it against them. And Lashley has showed he could do that. So I'm low-key. I think we're going to light them boys up. And hey, I've went to plenty of games where I've seen D. Wiggins and Pope light Josh Jobe up. I don't think much has changed over there while he's at Alabama. Obviously he's a good player. We wanted him. So I'm not going to say he's trash, because, we definitely wanted him. But we about to do to him what we about to do to him.
Yeah.
Preach.
I heard he's been getting in. I don't know if I heard it from you or read it somewhere. He's been getting in the receivers' DMs and stuff, trying to get in their head. But
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. I haven't talked to any of the receivers since like last week or two. Since they finished that camp. But them boys ready. Them boys, and I talked to a young guy and he was ready. So I'm not even worried about the older guys in the room.
yeah, so good point by Nick here regarding the freshmen. I wouldn't be shocked if one or two true freshmen make a couple big plays today. If you could pick, one or two guys that could be a factor today against Alabama, who do you think it could be? Either one can go.
I say look out for Brashard, man. Watch Brashard Smith today. I'm just telling you. Not a freshman. Watch out for X. Watch out for Restrepo. I think he's
still a freshman.
He's gonna put on today, and I think Brashard is going to show out today, man. I think you're going to see something there.
Yeah, that would be lovely. Who I would pick as a freshman to show out, it would be cheating because I know X and Keyshawn Smith are obviously freshmen, but they retain that eligibility. I'm gonna just come out and say James Williams. They're already saying they're using him in the nickels and dime packages. Alabama start airing this thing out. There's no way we're not going nickel and dime packages, So depends on how the game goes. If they're trying to run it down our throats, I can still see James Williams' size, saying, "Hey, let's get him out there on the field at 6'5", 224. Hey, you see the ball, go get it." So I think honestly that James would be an impact player as a freshman, and if my dog would get PT, Jacoby George would eat up, but I don't think he's playing this week.
Yeah, not yet. I totally see Brashard Smith being a factor because Rooster likely being out. You got to create a mismatch with somebody, and I know you and Max Stevo were talking. Okay, Leonard Taylor, he's not in the too deep probably because we're playing Bama first. I think Leonard Taylor's playing today.
Yeah, he's for sure playing.
That's just my feeling because look, Brian Brzee from Clemson, he was a true freshman last year, right?
Yeah, they had like 2-3 true freshmen over like last couple of years that played like in a stellar D line. So if nothing stopped them, I don't think anything's going to stop Taylor, like you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, Leonard Taylor's one of those special talents. David, let me ask you, and I'll ask Steve the same thing after. But let's say tomorrow morning we're reading the headlines. Miami wins, upsets Alabama because you have to pick one factor because blank, fill in the blank.
Because De'Aaron King is the best player on the field.
Man, you just
you already know.
I'm done.
You already know. De'Aaron King is the best player on the field, and then that's why we're gonna win the football game, bro. We've never, as an underdog, when we've went into these games like 2017, the 2018s, those type of games, we went in there with the Malik Rozier and an underdeveloped Perry that didn't really get the the things he needed. We never had that advantage. Now, when we got De'Aaron King and, a fully healthy De'Aaron King, by all measures, better than he was last year. And, I had that deep ball thread where he could have made some, better throws downfield. And it's all sounding like, the chemistry issues, those things, are hooking up. When I talked to a receiver on Zoom, he said that boy is money. So we're excited.
Yeah, and I think too, because I think Bama's going to test him early. They want to see what that knee's going to do, and he's going to show them. It's not going to take long till they're going to realize they're in for a fight today, boy.
Yeah, first play.
Yeah,
first play. Keyshawn.
Tomorrow, you talking about headlines tomorrow? You're going to see De'Aaron King leading the Heisman race tomorrow. Everybody about to find out. You what?
Yep, this the Heisman contending race. Everybody who's I think the world of Bryce Young's talent. When I seen him coming out of high school, I was like, damn. He's everything you want, but he's not a 6-year senior Heisman contender for 4 years out of his career like De'Aaron King day one. Yep. So it's not gonna happen.
He's everything you want, but he ain't it today.
Yep, he might be what you want next Saturday. It ain't today.
Woo. Yeah, man, I can't wait. Hey, important question here. Kevin's asking, what conference will the refs be from? Usually, it's obviously like a Big Ten or something like that. Do you guys happen to know?
Nah, I don't, but it's most likely Big Ten or Pac-12, one of those two. Maybe, they'll probably do Power 5. Don't know what the status of the Big 12 is. Don't even know if they're getting refs out here now. So I would say Big 10 or Pac 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, but no matter what, it's everybody's in Bama's favor. So let's just say that like that.
Yeah. Oh, and I was asking David this earlier before you came on. UNC, I'm sure you watched the game yesterday.
Oh my God.
So, do you think that's still going to be a tough game just because we go to Chapel Hill and it's always a tough game, or do you think it's going to be different this time?
One, you can't overblow the first game of the year. You cannot. One game doesn't define you. That's what we've been. That's what we've been telling Canes fans forever since the UNC game. Obviously, I've been telling people a lot. I think Sam Howell is extremely talented, but I think he's the best person to operate an elite supporting cast. I don't think he's the type of person who's going to will, his team to victory. And we saw what willing his team to victory looked like last night when he loses 3 NFL linemen, when he loses 2 top three round NFL running backs, then you lose 2 receivers that are both on NFL rosters right now that are drafted. Do you have that greatness in you to make everyone better? Like De'Aaron King elevated everybody else because the O-line wasn't that good. The receiver play wasn't that good. There's a lot of things that wasn't that good, but we were that good because De'Aaron King elevated everybody up. I don't think Coach Hayes was really impressed. Thank you, man. How you doing, Ken Idaho? Yeah, I'm already talking with Coach Hayes. Yeah, I'm definitely getting them into it with that. But yeah, man. So all these things that I just didn't see from Sam Howell happened first game, but again, it's week 1. I'm not going to sit here and say he's irredeemable. I still think he's going to be a top draft pick because of his traits. But UNC, they did not look good. We're not going to sugarcoat it. I would feel like more people are now more worried about Virginia Tech because the way their quarterback looked, that just looks like a quarterback that gives us problems.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but after last night, you said willing your team to victory. I think Spencer Rattler's that kind of guy. I think that dude is special and may even become the number 1 pick.
Yeah, facts. From Oklahoma, he's a baller.
Oh, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Last couple questions. Did you guys, David? We'll start with you. Did you guys watch any of Ja'Cory Brown's game last night? What'd you think?
Man, I saw the highlights after. I didn't see the actual game, but I saw the highlights. And again, that dude is just a baller, man. I am so excited to get him here. It's going to be so fun and so exciting to have that competition, that quarterback room. And that's one of the biggest things to me that Lashley is doing. Creating that competition next year is just going to be amazing. If you haven't seen those highlights, I strongly urge you to go look at him because that boy absolutely just put it on again, man. He is amazing.
I said, of course, I have nothing to do but watch football. So I had it on my phone because I'm on ESPNU. So I'm walking around doing my thing, my little, pre-Bama game day, and I'm watching Ja'Cory Brown, elevate before my very eyes. But when Ja'Cory Brown was coming around, they would tell you, a lot of people were telling me, you guys are in the Discord, I wanted to see what his senior season would look like because when I graded his passing ability, when all the tape I saw his sophomore and junior year, I was not that confident. And I understood all the comparisons. They were saying he looked like Cam Newton then. He looked like Cam Newton now. That's what's up. And we've talked to him. He's been on the Canes Inside Show. Bro, this man is working hard. So you're seeing all the fruits of his labor coming in with the passing attack. Everybody was making fun of him for the Elite 11. Bro, he made the Elite 11. For a guy who is not supposed to be able to throw, making the Elite 11 was probably the biggest jump you could have hoped between his junior and senior year. If we're being honest, everybody want to cap on the internet, but we're being honest, that's a huge jump, and it's showing in his game. And just, that first game of the year, coming back 14 points in 1 minute, doing what you got to do, that's ice in his veins. And so I saw last night, and, he had a couple wide open guys. His deep ball has never been the problem. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and when you look at his sophomore and junior tape, that deep ball is magnificent. So that's not something you have to worry about. It's the short and intermediate passes with Ja'Cory that I was, looking to see because obviously his offense, I'm sorry, Loans offensive coordinator 2020, you was trash. But hopefully the offense, they're getting more quick plays. And you saw he was able to get in the rhythm with, throwing a couple curl routes, throwing a couple slant routes, throwing some quick bubbles. These are the things that you're going to see at the next level that get a quarterback in a rhythm before you say, oh, hey, go hit this 10-yard or 15-yard deep out on the opposite hash. You got to warm a guy up before that just starts coming out. I was super impressed with how he looked. Every touchdown he made, he threw up the U and he was running down the side.
Yep.
My favorite thing about Ja'Cory Brown, whether he makes a play, somebody makes a play on defense, he runs down the sideline, tapping everybody's hand. So he's a leader. So like that's the will to be great and the will to win. That's like what we were just talking about with Sam Howell. Ja'Cory got that in spades, ace of spades, straight up. I fell in love with him more and more. As I've researched him, I'm super happy for Ja'Cory.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the thing that jumped out at me the most is like it's like a flick of the wrist. It's like effortless. And there was one touchdown where the guy burned Sam McCall. The
FSU commit.
The camera couldn't catch the ball. By the time the camera got there, the guy was already holding the ball. He just flipped it in there.
Yeah, he has a rocket arm. He has an RPG. Like now you can start see the Cam Newton things where he could throw the ball 55 yards off his feet, not even being set. And then obviously his running game. People think he's just a power runner. Like he's very good at setting up leverage and then being able to break arm tackles because he gets guys flowing the other way. And then you can't tackle him with the arms because he's a freaking beast mode. I love it. That the first game of the year when he powered through the end zone, his helmet flew off, and he was like, "I do this." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my dog." I like that.
That reminded me of Sean Taylor. He would do that. He would
that's what resonates the locker room. So 2022, everybody knows De'Aaron King leaves. We all assume TVD or Jay Garcia are going to be the guys, but obviously Ja'Cory Brown not going to think that. He going to come in and he going to want to compete. So he's going to bring that edge. He's going to bring that dog into the competition room, and that's going to just elevate the team. When you see you see a quarterback trying to seek out contact in practice, even though coaches are going to be telling that boy to chill out. People are going to respect that.
Absolutely.
And that's the big thing, man. Whether he comes in and takes a spot or not, it's the competition, man. It's just creating that competition.
He's going to have a package day one. There's no way we don't get in the red zone and they don't put two back set between like Knighton and Brashard Smith and Ja'Cory or Thad Franklin and Cody Brown and Ja'Cory if you want to go power. Like, I'm telling you right now, that's happening.
That scares me. It's on my team and it scares me.
Yeah, there's nothing TVD can win the Heisman. Jake Garcia can win the Heisman. You'll still see that package. There's nothing you can do to stop that in the goal line. Trust me. When I talked to Ja'Cory, he slipped to mention it. Some things that him and Lashley were talking about, and that red zone package was something he mentioned, and I see that day one.
Yeah, for sure. Last question before I let you guys go, because I know you're probably busy. It's game day. So very important question. What is the new turnover chain? What do you guys think?
Man, I don't even know. Like a couple of people asked me that. I just don't even know. I do know this. I'm about to spend some more money because whatever it is, I'm getting one.
Yeah, I'm about to get another shirt or something.
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, hey, they got a new chain out. She's like, yeah, here we go, more money. I was like, I'm getting one. So I don't know what it's going to be, but I know I'm going to have it.
Yeah. To be honest, if I had a guess, I'm not a fan of a chain every single year, to be honest. I thought we could rotate the four we have. I think the original one is my favorite, just the clean one with the U. And then the 305 one being my second favorite. And it's not like I don't like the Sebastian, the Ibis one. That thing was iced out in 2018, but it's more like the 2018 left a sour note in my taste in my mouth.
Yeah, it was a bad season.
And then I like the State of Miami one, the one last year. I thought that was probably the most creative one. Just because, they had the orange and green rhinestones here, and it was kind of a homage to Schnellenberger and, RIP Coach Schnellenberger. I thought maybe we would keep that chain, as a memento of, to him. But, maybe they have something different. Like, I would not be surprised if we have, like, Sebastian smoking a pipe or something. Because, like, I'm pretty sure, the man who started it all is going to get represented. And it's not just going to be a helmet sticker. It's going to need to be a celebration every time we pull that chain out for him because he deserves it.
Absolutely.
I would tell you this, whatever it looks like, man, we need to see it a couple times today.
Yeah, if it's a pipe, man, you better light that thing up all night. Bama pack. Bama pack.
For sure. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for coming on. I want to definitely, I'll be doing my pregame show every week because this is fun. The chat gets hyped even this early in the morning. Some of these people are on West Coast and it's like 7:30 or 8 a.m. Like I saw Max in the chat earlier. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody on chat for being on. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm almost at 1,000. Help me get there.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you guys tell them really quick where they can find you. David, you go first.
You can find me _D Franklin on Twitter, hanging with that boy Miami Flo here and there, popping on whenever he'll let me. So Sebastian Lane show on Thursday nights with my man Rasta Man, my boy E. So hit me up anytime.
Yes, sir. And, you can catch me on Twitter at 365 Canes Info. The page is 365 Canes Football. I have YouTube show with my co-host Max, who we was just talking about over there on the west side. Canes Breakdown on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. And you'll catch me on Canes Inside Live, Wednesdays, every now and then whenever they ask. So, you'll catch me around.
Love it. All right, guys. Go Canes. Let's shock the world today.
Shock the world, baby.
Be Bama, boy.
34-28 Miami.
41-24 Canes. See y'all.
Love it.